Hey, FlyKool Nation, Jared with you. Listen, I just wanted to make a quick little video, let you guys see the development coming along for FK Maxx. FK Maxx 2 is still under development, but this is the hardware for FK Maxx. The major difference between the regular FK series and the Max is the AMS units are now built externally. Building them externally is the prerequisites for making a unit with longer longevity. As you can see, the size of the AMS unit being inside of the cooler took up a lot of room for ice. And now that's outside. So now it's got the full capacity for ice. Our competitors, well, first of all, our competitors don't have an AMS system. And you may be asking, what is the AMS? I've been hearing that term going around. But AMS is the air management system. And unlike our customers, we manage the air intake, which is these radiators here on the front. Pardon, them having mismatched fan grill covers. It's just a rough prototype that we're getting together here. But what it does is it separates the intake air from the ice water mixture, therefore greatly increasing the longevity of the ice. Now, you're going to see a lot of our customers, not our customers, you're going to see a lot of our competition out there saying that their units are remaining cold, keeping ice, for 8 hours, 9 hours, 7 hours, or whatever. And that is simply an untruth in real world conditions. And when I talk about real world conditions, I'm talking about 90, 95 degrees OAT. We're talking about South Florida, South Georgia, Arizona, climates like that are very, very demanding. What happens with these other units is that the intake air comes in, and when they have a radiator, some of them do have radiators, but I guarantee you they're very small radiators. The radiators on here are very, very heavy duty, big, thick, full copper radiators. They're the real deal. That's one of the things you get with FlyKool. You're going to get the real deal. You're going to get the badass motors and fans and the badass coolers, rotomold, and you're going to get top quality radiators. And when those other companies bring their air into the unit, it comes into contact with the ice. And what happens to ice when you float a lot of air, a lot of hot air over it? It melts very, very quickly. Okay. So having the AMS system that processes the air through the radiators, pre-chilling it, and the other components of the AMS, and keeping it completely isolated from the ice water, you end up with a unit that has real world longevity of 6 hours, possibly 7 hours. Okay. So that's really been the focus on this new AMS design that with the FK Maxx. And it's just something we're really proud of. Just wanted to run a quick little test. Probably shouldn't have, because it's not looking right with the mismatched stuff and not put together properly. But I just like to keep my FlyKool Nation in the wraps for everything we're doing. And so one of the nice things that we added along with having the AMS mounted externally was it now has a positive water flow indicator, which is very, very handy. So you can make sure that you're actually getting water flow, that the water pump in the bottom is not airlocked or something like that. So you can get a positive indication of water movement, and you get a temperature sensor, so you can monitor the temperature of the water that's circulating. So, rather than having to open it up and look in there, you can get a positive indication if your ice has melted. Some of the other great features on all the FlyKool FK series and the Max is the fact that you can pump. It's got an integrated pump and 6-foot hose, so you can pump the melted ice outside on the ground rather than having to lug the whole cooler out of your baggage compartment, pour it out, risk spilling water all over your floor, mildewy smells and stuff like that. So when I say that these units are built by a pilot me for pilots like you, it's something that I take a lot of pride in. And because as a pilot, I know what we need. I know the things that are convenient for us. I know the things that are going to help make things a little bit easier to use these units as a replacement, alternative, I should say, for a compressor, built-in air conditioning. Built-in air conditioning is very, very nice, but as you know, very, very expensive. So this FlyKool FK Maxx 54 is it's a really great unit. It can be a direct replacement for having an air conditioner, a compressor driven air conditioner. Very powerful airflow. Those fans on there are over 300 CFMs each of air. So the GOAT version of this is the GOAT version with the triple blowers on there. This thing is moving in excess of 1,000 CFMs per minute, filling up the cabin with cold, dry air. The radiators actually take in the cabin air and all the humidity, chills the air, removes the humidity, and blows out bone dry, very, very frigid air. So if you have any questions, please contact me either by commenting below. You can find us, YouTube, Facebook, IG, TikTok. Or if you want to go ahead and place your order, you can just simply visit www.flykool.com, subscribe there, and I'll make sure that you get information on the new FK Maxx series, including the Max 1 here coming up. It should be ready. This line should be ready for sales in about 2 weeks. Or the FK Maxx 2, which is something really special. First of all, instead of one set of huge radiators on one side, it's got two, all right? And it also has a compressor-driven freezer system, which eliminates the need for ice. Basically, what it does is it just freezes the water. Not freezes the water, because you set the temperature at least 32 degrees, but it gets the water down very, very cold. And you can actually send a text message to your FlyKool to tell it to start the chilling phase, an hour or two before you get to the airplane. And it'll go ahead and begin chilling the water. So by the time you get there, you've got ice cold water, and you can just start the blower stage, and it cools off your airplane in 5 minutes, depending on how big your aircraft is, but 5 minutes or less. It's going to be very, very special. So go to the website, subscribe, get updates on that, price information, as we, finalize all that kind of stuff. And I just also wanted to remind you guys, I've got two FKs that are 2023 models. They do not have the AMS system on there, but they are it's a really nice way to become a part of the FlyKool ecosystem. They're discounted very heavily. I've got an FK28 and I've got a FK54 standard that are discontinued last year's models. They don't have the AMS. They didn't sell because they don't have AMS on there. But nonetheless, they produce super, super cold air. It's just they didn't sell because as pilots always seem to want the latest and greatest. So most pilots, when they call to order, they want the AMS systems. So, but anyway, I've got two of those available. One FK54, and this is the baby, the FK28. Both of them are available. Well, for now, I got two of them available, and they are very heavily discounted. So, once again, this is Captain Wilry with FlyKool signing off and wishing everybody a great day. Keep the blue side up and the brown side on the bottom. Good night, guys.